Hey, this is another episode of Candace Michelle Views. And really quick, I just wanted to add on to the last video that I did on Ari Fletcher, the real Kyle's sister, / Tiny Harris, being Twinsters. Thank you to the commenter. I don't know how I left this out of the information that I put up, because this definitely solidified the video that I made when they made this big stir on the internet with Ari Fletcher arguing with her makeup artist Olivia. Yeah, so the comment that they put up there, as you can see, I have to see the photographed together. I have to see them photographed together now. Plus, Ari's makeup artist is now working for Tiny. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. And the fact that I knew about this, and this is what really pushed, because I was looking at other people, like Cuban Doll, things like that, to see if they matched up, and nothing linked up. And then when I did get this little storyline that they pushed out on the media, I said, you know, now all arrows are pointing to Tiny. You know, it's obvious that they're trying to give us clues and hints. And once I started putting the video together, it just was like, wow, it makes perfect sense now. So thank you to this commenter, to the rescue. I don't know how I left this out of my last video, but as you can see, it was a lot of information to put in that video. So this just slipped out of it. But when it's crucial information that I feel like is just adding on to the suspicions of this being factual, I do add it in. I'm just gonna make a small little clip because it should be added in, you know, and I can't really edit back into my video, so I'm just gonna make a little small clip about it. So yeah, let's go into what they were arguing about. I'm just gonna go really fast. It should have been in the video, but I'm just gonna put it out in this little clip. And thank you to this commenter. I did cross out your name because people are annoying, so I don't know if they want their name displayed or not, you know, so I do keep it private unless they say, you know, it was fine, which I didn't really ask because I just wanted to throw out this video really fast. I saw this comment yesterday, and they are absolutely right. I couldn't believe I left it out. So thank you to this commenter for coming to my rescue on helping my case, you know, helping build my case up. So yeah, let's get started with the argument between Ari and Olivia. So yeah, all over the shade room, they were stating Ari gets into a heated exchange with her former makeup artist, offers $150K a year exclusively on the next makeup artist. I know my power. Like, okay, like I don't know what that means, but anyway, this girl, she already looks like a little fake character or whatever like that, but who cares, right? Let's just continue on what they pushed out there. So this is the story behind it with the Shade Room. They reported that another unusual beef. I mean, we could underline unusual beef. Like, come on. Yes, this stuff is very unusual. So anyway, another unusual beef we did not see coming in 2020. I don't know why not, because 2020 has been on fire. It's been like gasoline going down a razor blade in hell, okay? So Ariana Fletcher and her former makeup artist, Olivia Song, last name, like these names are made up, okay? Olivia Song. Just so happens she has some type of last name like this in this industry. The strange exchange began when Ari tweeted that she's been paying the next, I don't know what she's by, you see I'm reading it, I don't know. She's been paying, I think they mean she's been paying the next makeup, whatever, I'm sorry about this. So yeah, she's been paying the next makeup artist she works with. She will be paying the next makeup artist she works with. I guess that's what it meant. $150,000 a year for exclusivity. I'm paying my next makeup artist 150 years to keep him, her, or to myself. Laugh out loud, Ari said in her initial tweet. Okay, so she followed up with that tweet saying, once everybody on to them, I'm off it. On to the next, watch them follow. I know my power. So you're basically saying that Tiny and them are following you. Why would older Tiny be following you? But anyway, we'll get to that. And then she also says, yeah, so we already went through this. That was her tweet. And then they say, while some people thought Ari was just randomly tweeting her thoughts, other fans knew better. I don't know how, because who the hell knows her makeup artist? But that's the thing. They plant these stories. No one was like, oh, I know what's going on. These are planted stories, planted people saying they knew what was going on so they could push this in the media for us to view. So anyway, I'm going to give my opinion on it. So here we go. So yeah, apparently these tweets came after Ari, now former makeup artist, Olivia Songs, like Trey Songs, blah blah songs, Songbird, and announced that she is officially the glam team for T.I. and his wife Tiny show, T.I. and Tiny the Family Hustle. Now you tell me this shouldn't have been in my video. It ties them all together. This is like recently, like 2 or 3, not even 3 weeks ago, this story was in the headlines, which really pushed me to make that video. And once I was making that video, everything melted in like butter. When I was trying to pin other people with Ari, none of it went together. And you should have saw with the hints of why I started to compare them, because Tiny has always been known to have a mask or like a bad botched plastic surgery job on her face. Like she was really known of being bothered by her face. And Ari as well. As soon as she came out, everyone kept continuously saying she has a mask looking face, a sore face. I've heard some comments like she was just always being ridiculed about her face as well. So that is just like the reason why I was like, yo, they have to be somewhat like, this got to be a good candidate. But, you know, I did still try to look for younger girls to fit Ari because, you know, it seemed like such a big age gap. But as you can see what's going on with this planted story, I was right on the money. And then once I saw this planted story being pasted everywhere, I decided to start putting things together, and it just went right together. So yeah, this is evidence. This is more information. This is more build up on my case against these two being Twinsters. So anyway, yeah, so Olivia announced that she's officially the glam team for T.I. and his wife Tiny on the T.I. Tiny and Hustle show, which this should have been canceled when they quit it before, but for some reason they added some family to the hustle and you guys fell for it. So Tiny even reshared Olivia's work on her story, confirming the news. So, you know, what should have been a moment of celebration for Olivia turned into a nasty exchange between her and Ari. After fans connected the dots, I mean, that's what I do here. I'm not no fan, so I don't connect the same dots like the fans, the planted people. I connect dots to the bullcrap, okay? So anyway, after fans connected dots to Olivia decided to respond to Ari's previous shade with a lengthy post of her own. Yeah, and let's check out the post. I mean, I don't really want to go through it all, but she kind of like is like not nasty at all about it. Like Ari came at her with some fire heat, and then she just tried to play it down like, oh, you know, she's like, I don't get paid as much. I do the paying. Like I paid 6 figures. So it's basically she's saying like she probably was doing some pro bono for Ari, and she wasn't really getting as paid as Ari is explaining that she's doing. And she's like, I break real bread and do real favors. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're only planting this story because if you start to see that she's working with Tiny as a makeup artist, they don't want you to be suspicious. So they try to pretend like, oh, she's leaving Ari to work with Tiny, when in all reality, she's still working with Ari. This is, you know, like they don't want to have 1,000 people on these people doing their makeup and their masks and stuff, because it would kind of give it away. So they don't want you to be suspicious when you see her working on that mask for Tiny, because she used to be with Ari. So when you start seeing her with Tiny, you'll be like, oh, well, they're not friends. No. She's still working with Ari, technically, because she's working with Tiny. And they just don't want y'all to get too connected to it, even though they put this story out in your face. They do everything in your face. So they're telling you, oh, she's working with Tiny, because you'll be like, oh, don't she work with Ari? And they'll kind of put a light bulb in your head. But instead, they throw this shady story out of them fighting, arguing, not being friends, and her moving on, when all reality, she's still working for that same one person, if you get what I mean. They're two in one. All right. So they put things plain in your face, so you won't really put connections together the correct way. So they'll plant these stories to throw you a monkey wrench and throw you off and put it in plain day sight. Because the link between Ari having her makeup artist and not even a big major makeup artist, like a friend makeup artist, move on to Tiny and the hustle is kind of a needle in a haystack, as I continue to say. But it's not really a needle in a haystack if they are already connected, because these girls, Kylie, Ari, and Tiny, is 2 and 1. Okay, and they just don't want you to get too suspicious about it. So anyway, yeah, she kind of downplays the shade to say like she does favors and she has strength in her work, but yet still I won't tolerate slander about someone that I care about. So she's basically telling y'all not to pop junk about Ari after Ari was popping junk about her. Does that make any sense? So you gotta understand the retardedness of this. And look at the Shade Room, 21.6 million followers. Can you believe that? That's why I follow the Shade Room, because I want to see what all 21.6 million is viewing. That's why I follow it. I want to see all of these 21.6 million viewers getting whatever you want to call it, getting false info, infiltrating info. And I would like to see what you guys are intaking into that brain. Okay, so anyway, everyone has bad days. I hate to say anything, but my hand was forced. It's all love. Maybe this will blow over, maybe not. Of course it's gonna blow over. They just wanted to add the story in so when you see it with Tiny, you don't mistake her for Ari. Okay, but anyway, because they're 1 and 2. She's really good at doing the math for them. So anyway, then here comes Ari after she downplays her and say, Olivia, I know you. I can't even do her voice. She has more of a laid back voice, like, Olivia, I know I might be feeling yourself. You might be feeling yourself right now. This is just like Tiny voice. This is all pretty new to you. Don't let these people gas you. I promise this not even what you want to do in your heart. Please don't ever in your life say ish about your breaking no bread when I bought you the effing table, plates, forks, and knives, and yet you still don't cancel this nasty little thing, right? And then the thing is, don't Tiny always seem like she's like problematic and getting into it with people just like her, like they always got something to say, really like snapping the gum, snapping the fingers, head rolling type of personality. You know, they both got that kind of like problematic personality, even though you don't see much about Tiny. She is the one that'd be like, you know, but they don't play that up with her role. They have Ari play it up more with her role. So yeah, I wanted to make sure you guys got this in with that last video I did, because this was a crucial point. Thank you to that commenter. I should have had that in the video, but as you can see, the video is very long, and sometimes you could miss some things out. But things like this, I will have to make a short little clip to add on, because there's no way I'm going to leave this out. And this is perfectly going with the story that I have built up of my investigations of them being Twinsters. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with, they said, honestly, at this point, Olivia's biggest flex might be to just prove Ari wrong and succeed without her. As Queen B once said, best revenge is your paper. No to effing ain't. Don't listen to Queen. And I really don't like that word Queen. Unfortunately, it reminds me of transvestite. That's what they call them, queens. Okay, so I know people call me Queen and stuff like that, and I'd be like, I don't really be like, yeah, whatever, you know. I respect what y'all probably think it means, but I don't respect this really, because I feel like Queen, it really stands, and the Queen and King concept is really for the checkerboard people, and I believe the Queen is really a reference for being a transy. Yeah, so anyway, don't listen to Queen Bey, right? Because best revenge is not your paper. Best revenge is to, you know, be a nice person, okay? That's the best thing you do, is be the best nice person you can in life. If you're pushing out something than that, just know that whatever you push out to the universe is going to come back to you. So you seeking revenge or thinking paper is your revenge, when this is like some made up, today or tomorrow we could be on cryptocurrency. What would this paper mean? Okay, so yeah, you know what being a nice person will mean? Everything. It follows with you through life, and it will probably get you to a better place after. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. And as the Shade Room says, we'll keep you posted if she responds. Though, please do not, Shade Room. We sick of y'all. We sick of you posting all of this propaganda and feeding it to people so they can argue with each other about silly things, about, oh, she got my makeup artist. You know, that'd be the next thing regular people argue about, is like, oh, she got my makeup artist. Like, really? But anyway, as they say in the Shade Room, want tea directly in your text, inbox us, hit us up. Who wants this information sent right directly to their phone? Like, please don't be that person to text them this. But anyway, cancel them. Cancel the shade room. I want the shade room numbers to go down. It shouldn't be 21.6. It should be 00.0. You already know how I feel about you guys viewing, because some people cannot decode and decipher all this propaganda infiltration that they push out, and they think that it's a reality, and they put it in their actual reality. And that's where things get complicated for me, because I live out in this reality world, and I have to deal with a bunch of people that believes into this stuff, and it could get very irritating for me to have to be around it. So anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Cancel them, please. That's all I ask for you guys, is to cancel them. And hopefully I'll be coming out with a video soon. I'm working on something, and hopefully I'll be able to put it out by sometime today, tomorrow. But enjoy the rest of your guys' night.